Heaven on earth, my description of it, is not about finding perfection on earth. It's about experiencing perfection in the imperfection. It's about the bliss in the chaos. It's about being the eye of the storm. It's about enjoying the trouble in paradise. It's about finding freedom in a box, finding infinity in a box. This is how I describe heaven on earth. Because the idea that we have been sold about heaven on earth, or heaven first, let's begin with heaven. The idea we've been given about heaven is this perfection. And perfection is not what we truly enjoy as humans. What we enjoy as humans is the struggle to find perfection, is the challenge, the overcoming of the challenge. The difference for most people is that where you struggle from changes the game entirely. Most people have been sold the idea of heaven on earth, and it's all about wanting heaven, wanting wealth, wanting freedom. And wanting is not having. Seeking is not having. You're seeking enlightenment, you're seeking whatever. That's not having. And it's in this disappointment, it's in this distance that we experience hell. But heaven on earth is not about wanting and wishing, and it's not about perfection. It's about striving, it's about struggling, but from the place of actually enjoying the struggle, enjoying the challenge, enjoying creating perfection, but not being attached to the perfection and then moving on to the next thing. This is also breaking the idea of destinations. We are not meant to arrive at a destination and retire and die. That is extremely depressing. That's why the people who are happy at 70 are the ones who have not retired and given up and just drifting away into the ether. They're the ones who keep themselves alive. They find new challenges, they find new interests, they keep themselves going. That's what being human is about. That's what heaven on earth is about. Just understanding this principle changes the game entirely, because then it's about learning to enjoy, learning to find the bliss in the chaos. It's not about controlling the chaos and creating order and being anxious and being the one who's in charge all the time, and just this experience of hell that a lot of people have on an everyday basis. It's that chaos is bad, we have to keep chaos out all the time, and the unknown is bad and we have to keep the unknown out all the time. That's not the game we are playing here. It's welcoming the chaos because we are centered in ourselves, because we feel confident in our power to deal with the chaos, to navigate the chaos, to enjoy the chaos. That the unknown is not anxiety producing, it's an adventure. It's an exciting adventure that we get to go on. But that requires an attitude of strength, of power, of joy. When you have cultivated that within you, you truly begin to enjoy life no matter what is happening. Then you're not seeking heaven. You're not seeking nirvana as an end to all the suffering. That's when you're truly enjoying life on earth. That's when life on earth becomes heaven on earth. That's when earth becomes a paradise the way it is. It's not about making earth perfect, but it's also not about having hell on earth. There is this really sweet spot where we keep creating heaven on earth, but we're enjoying both the things. We're enjoying the luxury and the paradises that we create, and we're also enjoying creating. We're enjoying the struggle, we're enjoying the effort, we're enjoying the challenges and the obstacles, because creating anything in this reality is not easy, whether it's within you or it's on the outside. Whether it's creating a state of bliss within you, it's not easy. It's a struggle, it takes time. But that's the point, and that's the journey, and that's the fun of it. If it was easy that you could just for the first time sit in meditation and you're enlightened, then what? Like, everything that we have been sold or that we believe is about making things easy, seeking comfort. We have been given this idea that we are comfort seeking beings, but we are not really. That's what's been planted in us. That's what we've been programmed to do. We've been programmed to seek comfort. But that is what creates our hell. Because that's not what we truly want. Not all the time. We've been programmed to seek comfort all the time, and that's what creates our hell. When we experience comfort as something that is part of life, is one part of the fluid experience, then it's beautiful, it's amazing. That's when luxury is amazing. That's when wealth is amazing. That's when having resources is amazing. But if it's as a destination, as a goal where you get it and then you just stop everything, that's death. That's depression. That's what happens to a lot of people. Is that when your fire has run out, when you don't have an enemy to fight against, when you don't have a cause, when you don't have a purpose, and you actually find bliss within you, and your fire dies, it becomes very depressing and things start going down very quickly. Very quickly. So if you are one of those people, the game has changed. The game is about finding worthy causes, worthy struggles, worthy challenges. Because there are plenty, and their purpose is not to be solved as an ultimate thing. Their purpose is to create the struggle, create the challenge, create the journey, create meaning in your life, create joy in your life. The darkness, the resistance exists not to make your life hell. It exists to give your life meaning, to give your life purpose, to give you joy. When you overcome some chaos, when you overcome some darkness, it's so deeply satisfying in your soul. Your soul needs the darkness, in a sense, but not to be consumed by it. That's the difference. Is that we've been so consumed by the darkness that for a lot of us, it's become our mission to break out of it and to end it, to vanquish it. But when you actually break out of it, you realize that there's a purpose for its existence. And if we truly are to end all the suffering in the universe as the Buddha and the Buddhists want, that's the end of life. That's when, if there would be no life after that, because that would just be extremely depressing. That's the end of time. It's like the sacred paradise heaven where everything has just become perfect. There's nothing to live for after that. So to understand that what keeps life going eternally, that's what the yin yang symbol is about. It's about holding the duality together. That's the beauty of life. That's the perfection of life. It's just perfectly imperfect. We are not here to create an everlasting perfection. That's the whole story of the Tower of Babel. Is the moment you reach heaven, it collapses, so that we can go again. So that we can go again. It's not that we stop seeking heaven. It's not that we stop yearning for heaven, striving for heaven. It's that when you reach perfection, you attract the evil eye and it comes to destroy it. But that's not a bad thing. That's what keeps the journey going. That's what makes it so interesting. That's the fun of it. There's a temple I had visited on my last visit to India, which is this absolutely gorgeous temple made entirely of marble. It's got 1,440 marble pillars. The whole structure is marble. It's just something unbelievable to experience. And there's one, so it's a completely symmetric temple. From every angle that you see it has got symmetry. So it's got 1,440 pillars aligned and placed in perfect symmetry. But there's one pillar in the temple that was created tilted intentionally, because they knew this principle that if you are to create perfection, it's going to be destroyed. So to create an everlasting structure, it needs to be perfectly imperfect. Perfectly imperfect. There can't be two pillars that are equally tilted, because that too becomes perfection. One pillar that's just slightly out of tune. That's the sweetness of life. That's heaven on earth. This is what we're here to create. But then you don't create a temple and that's the end of your life. You go on to the next thing and you keep building paradise on earth. You keep building heaven on earth with this sweet taste of imperfection. In the knowing that this is what life is. It's perfectly imperfect. It's perfectly imperfect. It's not imperfectly perfect also. It's perfectly imperfect. It's got just the right amount of imperfection to make it meaningful, to make it fulfilling, to give that sweet taste of satisfaction that also doesn't last forever so that you keep going. This is what this show is about. This is what Heaven on Earth is about. And I invite you to tune in, to subscribe, to keep this going. And I would love to hear from you in the comments about topics, questions that you have about this. If you're interested in going deeper into this, of course, I also teach about this. This is what my mentorship is about. So I invite you to just go deeper into this journey with me, however you want to go, whether it's just about following these videos, whether it's going deeper into mentorship, whether it's about collaborating, coming and joining me on this podcast, however you want to do it. I truly am excited to invite you deeper into this journey of experiencing and embodying heaven on earth and building heaven on earth. Thank you for joining me and see you in the next one.